Lego stop motion builds are not nearly as hard as you think they are. So let's go through the whole start to finish of this. First, you're going to pick out a set. And I recommend a small set to start. I picked out the birthday cake in this case because it's a nice easy build to start doing a stop motion build with. It's 141 pieces and the build type is really simple to build from a base up, which makes a stop motion even easier to do. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our setup right. We're going to take a 16 by 16 plate, a few 1x1 tiles, and possibly another bigger plate to set upon that one tile we're going to stick in the middle of the 16 by 16 plate. I use museum wax to make sure that my 16 by 16 plate and my phone holder are really secure. As you can see here in this video, they don't move. You only need to use a real tiny bit. Once everything is down and secure, I put a 1x1 piece right in the dead center. And from there, I can build upwards. In this case, knowing what the cake build entails, I put a base on top of there. And you can see that doing that gives me a base I can easily turn and spin around and always know where I'm at. I also take a couple of 1x1s and put them on the outer edges to keep track of where I'm at. Lights, let's talk about that for a minute. My goal in this video that I'm showing you now was to make sure that the bright spot that I was filming or taking photographs in was brighter than any other spot. And you can see I accomplished that from these photos. That is a very helpful thing to do because otherwise you might end up with some flicker. All right, so now that you're all ready to go, the next thing we're going to do is make sure our camera holder is in place with our camera in it. On top of my base plate, I'm going to lay the first couple of pieces, and every single piece I put on this set or build of this set, I'm going to take a picture. So there's a whole lot of picture taking going on next. In a build of 141 pieces, depending upon how you approach it, you could end up with anywhere from 141 pictures all the way up to 250 or more. But if you notice that there's a piece or a section that is billed 4 times, you don't have to do every single actual piece being put together. You can simply build the first one, take pictures of that, and then your next consecutive pieces will be the additional number of times fully made like this. Once you're all done with this process, the next thing you're going to do is review your pictures, then you're going to resize them, and then you're going to compile them. The resizing you will do at 72 DPI, and I do 1,000 pixels on the wide side. It makes for a more handleable video, and it's a less processing time. Now, I do my work in Adobe products, but there are other programs out there where you don't have to go this far, and it will kind of do the work for you. The next thing up is to import them into Adobe Premiere Pro. And I make sure that my preferences and my timeline are set to import pictures at 0.15 seconds, which will give me a nice fluid timing so that it looks not choppy and not too fast for people to keep up with visually. Once they are imported in, I will go ahead and export that video out. Once that video is exported out, I actually delete everything in Premiere, re-pull it back in, and I resize my frame so that I get rid of anything I didn't want in the picture. Now, when I originally shot this, my countertop was in there, and so were the walls. So that's exactly what I did, is I cropped this image, or enlarged parts of it, either way will work, in order to bring it down to this final stop motion. Now, the light flicker was in there and I wanted to show what happens when it's not there so that you can see the difference. And so once I realized that I was causing a reflection and all that issue, I went ahead and made really sure I was out of the area of the light before I took the picture. And this is what I ended up with. This was really simple to do. 141 pieces took me 45 minutes to build because it does take a little bit of time to take all of those pictures. And the editing part of it took about another 20 minutes. And that's because I like to go back in and out and really make sure that my timing is right. That's all you need to do. And there you go. You have created your own stop motion Lego build.